Hi everyone, hello. Welcome to another video. I thought in this video we'll look at updating your Raspberry Pi, installing some necessary packages, and just a quick few commands within the terminal, and a quick look at the project board that I'll be using for when we start doing coding for our different little projects. So let's move straight on. Let's go to here. Right. So the first thing we're going to need to do is open your terminal. You'll probably open it from here. I've already got it open. So let me just move this over here, make it bigger so you can see. Now, if you just want to have a quick look at your directories on your Raspberry Pi, what we do is type ls. This means list. Press enter and you'll see all of the directories on your Raspberry Pi. Right, so that's just a quick look at the directories on your Raspberry Pi. Now the first thing we need to do is update our Raspberry Pi, and we use the command sudo or sudo, however you want to say it. Means super user. It means super user, right? And then apt dash get, okay, update. Sudo apt dash get update. Press enter. And here it downloads the update. Doesn't install it, it just downloads it. So our next command will be, if we press our up arrow on our keyboard, it brings up our last command. So the next command we want to put in is sudo apt get upgrade. Press enter. Now I've just done mine not so long ago while I was practicing this lesson, but yours will probably take quite a while. Okay, so it'll be updating, and so we'll give it a minute or two, or you can stop the video until yours is upgraded. Now the next thing we need to do is install the package for the Freenode projects board. So the command for that is git clone https://github.com/wiringpi, the capital W and a capital P, and /wiringpi. So what this really means is we want to call this package, and we want to create a directory called Wiring Pi. So it's going to call this package from GitHub, and it's going to put it into this directory. That's what all that means. You do need an internet connection for this. I will probably get an error because I've already installed it. Okay, Wiring Pi already exists. Right, let that download. Again, if you want to stop the video to see the installation, just wait, stop the video and carry on. Now once we've done that, I want to do ls, and as you can see here, you'll have it is the Wiring Pi directory. Now, if we want to change directories, the command is cd, change directory, space. What directory do we want? You can type it in, or you can right click, copy it, but I like to just type it in. Gives me keyboard practice. We're now in the wiring Pi directory. I want to see what's in it. ls for list. And there's all my files and folders within the wiring Pi directory. So we've installed the software for our project board. To go back to root, cd space ... all right, or full stop. Now remember, I think in one of the other videos I did say whenever you start up terminal, you start up in your home directory. I forgot to say that at the beginning. I've named my home directory Fatch, that's my nickname, at Raspberry Pi. Yours would probably have, if you haven't changed it, Pi at Raspberry Pi. And this little, I don't know what that's called, that's the $sign. I call it a squiggle. A squiggle. I know it takes me ages to find it on the keyboard. But anyway, that shows you that you're in the root directory. Right? Now, to clear all this, just type clear. Enter. And it clears it. Now, next thing I want to show you, right, is it's like the BIOS. The BIOS on a Raspberry Pi. Basic input and output system. Okay, so what you do, sudo. Sudo stands for what? Super user. Raspi dash config. And it brings this up. Yeah, the configuration tool. Now, I'm not going to go through all these, but if you are going to play around with this, be very careful. Okay, but I want to go to interface options. Now, we've got the camera. What I'm going to do, because we will be playing with cameras, I'm going to enable that. So, would you like to enable a legacy camera support? Yes. Okay. One thing I did forget, you can't use your mouse on this. You have to use the up and down arrows on your keyboard. Right. Now, when I start showing you this, and I go back to the terminal, I'll have lots of errors because I've already enabled them. SSH. You can SSH into or remote control from a Windows 11 machine into your Raspberry Pi. If you do, you need to, if you just want the command line, is enable SSH. Right. VNC, that's if you want to graphically remote into your Raspberry Pi. I don't use it. SPI kernel. Hit enter. Would you like to, would you like the SPI interface to be enabled? Because we're going to be using that in later lessons or later videos, click yes. Interface is enabled. Okay. Excuse me. Come down to interface options again. Enable, disable automatic loading of the I2C kernel module. I2C, we're going to be using components that will need this enabled. So, would you like the ARM I2C interface to be enabled? Yes. Okay. At the moment, that's all we want enabled. So use your up and down arrows and click right, and click finish. As you can see, I did say I'd get an error because I've already enabled my I2C. Right, for now, I think that's all I need to show you on the in the terminal. Later on, we will be using the terminal for other things, for loading libraries, etc. But let's not jump ahead. Okay, so let's minimize that. Now, what I want to do is give you a quick look at the board we're going to be using. Okay, this is the Freenove projects board for the Raspberry Pi. You can use a Raspberry Pi 3 or 4 on this, right? But if you can get hold of a Raspberry Pi 4, that'd be great. So let's just quickly go around it. I've got my Raspberry Pi down here underneath this ice cooler. I need an ice cooler with a fan, because I live in Spain, it gets very hot. It gets very, very hot. Come down and I have GPIO pin extender. Goes from the Raspberry Pi onto the board. Okay. Lots of different little wow, what are they called now? Components. And then here we've got a list of the GPIO pins and layouts of the board, but it uses BCM. Remember I told you we got the 2 numbering systems for the GPIO pins? BCM. We won't be using BCM. We'll be using the physical pins, the board pins. And then here we've got an LED. And here we've got the on-off switch. I'll turn it on. The on-off switch. Obviously it has to be on when you're doing any projects. I'm going to turn it off because it's easier to see while I'm explaining the components. Here we got LCD displays, a matrix, a 4.7 display or something it's called, and a bar graph display module. Down the right hand side here, because they couldn't get all the peripherals on the board, we've got some plugins for things like the keypad, the little LCD screen, stepper motors, and little motors, I forget what they're called, but we'll look at them later. We've got the RFID. You know, like when you're going to work, sometimes you get a little tab and you press it and it lets you in the door. That's what that does. Excuse me. Still got this cold. Pediometers, whatever you want to call. These are analog. Now, to convert these to analog, we have to have a unit, a module. I think it's the 6050, and that's on the end here. That converts analog to digital. So anytime we use anything analog, we have to use a converter. 4 buttons, a joystick. Now what we got these little trip switches, and they turn on different components on the board. And on the right here of these trip switches, we've got an explanation of what they are, right? And what we can turn on and turn off. They're numbered 128, 128. As we work through different projects, I'll explain to you which ones you have to turn on. Right, so basically, that is the project board. Right, now I hope I've explained that okay. If I haven't, please put them in the comments, and I'll try and sort that any problems out. Hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been informative. I hope you've learned a little bit, especially within the terminal. If you're on YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to like and comment. Thanks very much, and we'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.